Dubai rewrote the rules of aviation. But tonight, a Saudi megahub worth $30 billion aims to upend everything. It will have 6 parallel runways, and it ordered 72 Dreamliners in a single day. This is an economy weaponized by oil money. If Riyadh seizes the skies, Dubai's empire could crumble. No one expected this power play, except those who saw the blueprints. Here is what the world missed. 57 square kilometers of desert, more than twice the size of Manhattan, are being transformed into the world's most ambitious air gateway. At the heart of this project, 6 parallel runways slice across the sand, each one engineered for simultaneous takeoffs and landings. The geometry is not just for show. A senior airport planner from Arup describes the layout as a kind of aviation superhighway, designed to funnel hundreds of planes per hour through a network that rivals the busiest corridors on Earth. Every meter of concrete, every taxiway, has been mapped for maximum throughput. Runway alignment follows prevailing winds, cutting delays from Riyadh's notorious crosswinds and sandstorms. The phased construction plan allows the airport to open its first new terminal by 2026, followed by a third runway in 2027, and then a cascade of expansions leading up to a signature terminal by 2030. Each phase brings new capacity online, scaling up to handle between 100 million and 120 million passengers per year before the decade is out. If you like understanding how global aviation decisions are made, not just where airports are built, consider subscribing. This channel explains the systems shaping air travel before they become obvious. Sustainability is not an afterthought. The blueprints call for solar fields, smart water recycling, and LEED platinum targets, rare for a project of this magnitude. But the real power comes from the sheer number of runways. 6 in parallel means that, at full tilt, King Salman International could move more people and cargo than any other airport in the Middle East, possibly the world. This is infrastructure as a statement. Saudi Arabia is not just building an airport. It is building a launch pad for economic dominance, with enough capacity to redraw global travel patterns before a single airline ticket is sold. Riyadh Air did not exist a year ago. Now, it is the most aggressive airline launch the world has seen in decades. On a single day in March 2023, the order books at Boeing lit up. 39 firm Dreamliners, with options for 33 more, an overnight arsenal designed to shock the industry. This is not a slow build. This is a blitz. The strategy is simple and ruthless. Flood the skies with new capacity and force the world's travelers to reconsider where they connect. The mastermind behind this play is Tony Douglas, a veteran who once steered Etihad through its own expansion spree. Douglas brings the experience of building a global carrier from scratch, but this time he is backed by the Saudi Public Investment Fund, one of the deepest pockets on Earth. With Vision 2030 as the mandate, Riyadh Air is free from the usual commercial constraints. The airline's goal is not to break even in the short term. It is to capture market share fast and push rivals into a corner. Saudi money removes the usual barriers. Instead of waiting years to build up a fleet, Riyadh Air can roll out dozens of new routes in a matter of months. Early plans call for 30-plus destinations by 2026, targeting the same high-value transfer traffic that made Dubai rich. Where Emirates built its empire over decades, Riyadh Air is buying its way to the table overnight. Fares are expected to undercut the competition, powered by state support and the promise of free stopover visas. The message is clear. If you are flying between Europe and Asia, Riyadh wants your business, and it is willing to pay to get it. The countdown to 2030 is relentless. Saudi officials say King Salman International will be fully operational for the Riyadh Expo, with a landmark terminal, 6 runways, and digital control towers all certified within just 6 years. Airports of similar scale, like Beijing Daxing, Istanbul, and even Dubai's megahub, typically take 20 years from groundbreaking to full capacity. Phased construction can speed early openings, but integrating complex systems, earning Aviation Authority certifications, and stress testing security can stretch timelines far beyond optimistic targets. Willie Walsh, Director General of IATA, warns that slot allocation and airspace redesigns are rarely smooth at this scale. He says you cannot compress 20 years of operational learning into a 6-year window, and he points to past mega projects that stumbled over last-minute certification delays and unforeseen technical glitches. Pressure is mounting. Multiple sources inside the Gulf aviation sector describe a climate where deadlines are not just goals, they are mandates from the top. One senior executive who asked for anonymity for legal reasons says multinational firms have quietly received strong encouragement to relocate regional headquarters to Riyadh, with the unspoken risk of losing access to state contracts if they refuse. There are no public documents that confirm these allegations, and Saudi officials deny any coercion. Still, the rumors swirl, feeding a sense that Vision 2030 is less a roadmap and more an ultimatum. The stakes now extend beyond construction. If Saudi Arabia misses the 2030 deadline, it risks not only prestige, but billions in lost tourism, contracts, and global credibility. The rush to deliver has become a test of national will, and for some, a test of ethical boundaries. Dubai's answer arrives with a price tag even larger than Riyadh's. Al Maktoum International, known as DWC, is set for a $35 billion transformation. Greenlit in a single statement from Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Dubai will be the world's airport, not just for today, but for future generations. The blueprint is audacious. 5 parallel runways stretching across 70 square kilometers, enough to eclipse the footprint of most global airports. The plan calls for 400 gates, and a logistics city designed to support 1 million residents, air travel and urban growth fused into one. Dubai is not just matching Saudi scale, it is aiming higher. The new DWC is engineered for 260 million passengers a year, more than double the busiest airport on Earth today. The financing mix blends state investment with international partners, but the message is clear: this is a play for dominance, not survival. Paul Griffiths, the longtime chief of Dubai Airports, describes the expansion as the largest single aviation project the world has ever seen. He notes that DXB, Dubai's current hub, will remain the main gateway for now, but all eyes are on DWC's phased build-out. Cargo is not an afterthought. DWC's design weaves in a dedicated freight corridor, connecting air, sea, and road in a single network. This integration is meant to lock in Dubai's role as the crossroads of global trade, not just tourism. Every runway, every gate, every square meter is calculated to keep Dubai at the center of the world's flight paths, no matter how many billions Riyadh spends. John Strickland's analysis cuts through the hype. The real contest is not about blueprints or branding, it is about who gets the passenger. Imagine 3 scenarios. In the first, Riyadh Air lures just 5% of Dubai's transfer traffic. That's around 13 million people a year. For Dubai, the hit is manageable. A dent in duty-free sales, a few hotel bookings lost, but nothing existential. The airport keeps humming. Now push that to 20%. Suddenly, 52 million travelers are flying over the sands to Riyadh instead of Dubai. Analysts estimate Dubai's tourism economy could lose up to $3 billion a year. That is not just airport revenue, it's shopping, restaurants, taxis, and the entire city's service sector. Airlines adjust, but hotels and malls feel the pain. The city's dependency on transit passengers turns from strength to vulnerability. The nightmare scenario is 50% diversion, 130 million passengers rerouted. At that scale, Dubai's newest terminals could stand half empty, cargo volumes would collapse, and the economics of its $35 billion expansion unravel. Strickland notes that hub physics make this unlikely, There simply are not enough planes or passengers to fill two megahubs side by side. But even a modest shift can destabilize a business built on razor-thin margins and relentless growth. Every percentage point matters. The rivalry is not just about national pride. It is a mathematical showdown where a few million diverted travelers can tilt the balance of power and threaten the future of an entire city's economy. Right now, two nations gamble billions on the promise of global dominance, yet only one can rule the skies. Aviation's center of gravity is shifting, and the stakes reach far beyond airports. The next decade will decide who owns the world's crossroads. Whose hub would you bet on?